What's up, my peeps? It's your home Avoides here, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. I got a plate of cucumbers that I've been chomping on. It's really nice because it's cucumbers. We were looking for the thing in the junkyard, weren't we?
I also got ranch dressing because of course I do. Brr. Brr.
I wonder if you can hear the Steam notifications. A stout old man looks up from whatever old tech he's tinkering with to squint at you through the thick, old-fashioned glasses. What? It's not in his picture. He pushes them up with an old stained finger as he straightens up to up to nod at you. He speaks with a gruff but well-meaning tone, heavily accented with German tonality. Guten Tag. What can I do for you? Malit tells me you're the man to speak about DVDs. That little shrew sent you my way, huh? Shroddy's smile broadens. Will wonders never to cease. Will wonders never cease. Well, introductions are in order, I suppose. Shoddy Buckman, at your service. The old man raises a grimy hand in salute. Salute! Need something salvaged? Some old parts? Valetchet? Velicht? I'm your man. I'm indeed your man. That's what he fucking said. He didn't say, I'm your man. That's too young. Oh, fuck. I forgot I cut that way.
Oh jeez.
Wonderful. How about that DVD player? This chessboard. Well, let's see. I think I've got something that'll work for you. Shoddy rummages, with 3 M's, rummages through the junk heaped on the table behind him. That's chess. A few seconds later, he snatches a battered plastic lozenge shape from the pile. Ah, here we go. An old Korean player that I dug up last week. 2010 model. A real beauty. Shroddy's smile broadens and he gives you a conspiratorial wink. There we go, I can say words. I fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read, I've mostly been using her as a paperweight. Sounds like what I'm looking for. How much do you want for it? Shroddy glances back to the DVD player, a rueful expression on his face. Well, I'll admit, I'm a little loath to part with her. There are plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an old player such as this. And I don't know what your intentions are for it. I suppose, given the time and trouble I took putting her back together, I'd be willing to part with her for, oh, say... Shroddy's eyes dart over your gear, a calculated expression on his face. About 500 million?
That's ridiculous! I could buy a new vintage player for that!
Yeah, you can also find one of those anywhere. You ain't gonna find one of these anytime soon. But it's not like I get offers to buy these every day, so I'll cut you a deal. How's 350 sound? Have that and you've got yourself a deal. Now, I'm not over fond of your tone, but it's not every day I even get asked to sell any of my projects. That'll be 175 million, if you please.
Here you go.
Shoddy gingerly picks up the ancient device from the table and presses it into your hands.
Very aggressively to break it.
The plastic is scuffed and worn, and it rattles a bit when you move it. Give her some good use, okay? Oh, I will, friend. I'm gonna watch all the 2009 pornography in the year 2053, question mark. Yo, where's Blitz? Hello, night dude. Howdy. It seems that Amsel has assembled the team in your absence. They stand in a group around the old display that you had Malit deliver. On their faces you can see excitement and apprehension, curiosity and dread. Flatline. Have you procured a DVD reader? I have it. It's right here. Good. This should only take me a moment. Amsel disappears behind the ancient display. After a few minutes of fiddling with its battered inputs, he reappears, a satisfied look on his face. Everything appears to be functional. The disc should be ready to play. Well, don't keep us in suspense. Start the damn thing already. Flatline went to the trouble of fetching everything. Let her do the honors. Amsel steps back, clearing a path for you to access the antique machine. No, I want to talk to Doggo. You look down to see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face looking back up at you. Dante, Monica's old dog. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence, sadness. Aww. Pet. Pet Doggo. Pat pat. Whoa, it's a TV. A soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life, and a menu fills the screen. Track 1. The screen goes black, and a cheerful digital chiming sound spills out of the display's speakers. A crackle of static fills the air, coupled with a shrill electronic whine. After a few moments, the display goes live, and a disheveled-looking man appears on the screen. His eyes glitter with excitement. The timestamp on the screen is 2034, 9:15. Since there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm just gonna let you, at your own will, I'll let you pause this. I'm not reading this because it'll thrash my voice. There's a lot of stuff. Blap. Screen goes black for a moment. Then a light figure appears on the screen. Your late client, Green Winters. His elbows planted on the table that he's seated at, and his chin rests on his palm. The other hand is wrapped around a bottle of cheap whiskey. The timestamp on the video reads 2053, 12:25. I'm Green Winters.
Where's another cucumber? There it is. Supposedly they vanished without a trace. Ranch dressing.
There's a grinding sound from the DVD tray, and Green Winter's image appears on the screen. There's an eager look on his face. Timestamp of the video reads 2054, 10:12. That's Green Winters. That's him. Exactly what he sounds like.
Whoa.
Again, for those of you just joining us, we are coming for you from live from Stolberg. A few hours ago, the dragon Fierschwing launched an unprovoked attack on this sleepy Haas mountain town. As you can see the results behind me, fire, ashes, and blood. We are joined tonight by a survivor of this latest and most horrifying attack. The reporter turns to face a pale man standing behind him. Sir, I understand that you've been through a terrible ordeal. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us tonight. The camera switches focus to a middle-aged man with a haunted look in his eyes. He stammers out a reply. Yes, of course. If you could, sir, could you please tell the people at the home about your experience of the attack? It was horrible. Just pure chaos. So many people are dead. People I knew, or still alive, or trampled to death trying to escape. My own house was burned to the ground during the attack. My family. We have nothing now. You all made it through the attack, though. Your wife, your kids. Yeah, we all made it, thank God. We rode out the attack in a small shelter, me, my wife, and our 2 daughters. The shelter had protected us, but the heat was just unbearable. We couldn't have stayed in there much longer than we did. How long were you holed in there? 3, maybe 4 hours. I don't know. We just stayed inside until the heat died down and the screaming stopped. And what happened after that? I don't know why I give the reporter that voice. When it was over, you know, when the air cooled down. The reporter nods and the man continues. We stepped outside. There was nothing left, just smoldering wreckage and this dense cloud of black, oily smoke. And the stench in the air. God, that smell, not stench. It smelled like roasting meat. There was a long pause. From the torture look on his face, you can tell that the man is struggling to decide whether or not to continue speaking. Eventually, he does. My girls, they found what was left of their nanny outside. Her body, what was left of it, was slumped against the shelter door. I keep telling myself that I couldn't hear her pounding to get in, but that isn't true. I could. I just couldn't bring myself to open that door. I couldn't risk my family like that. Not for her, not for anyone. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to speak with us. Yeah. You heard it here, an absolutely chilling account of tonight's attack. Again, the town of Stolberg has been reduced to ash, another victim of the Fire Wing. Stay with us for more up-to-the-minute reporting on Fürschwing's reign of terror.
His face appears on the screen.
The DVD player ramps to his feet, filling the air with a shrill whining sound. Ah, my ears! And then I fucking die. Green Winter's image appears on the screen. The timestamp of the video reads 2054, 1031. Well, that was a bust. Little progress at Fürschwing, neither. I'm Green Winters. I look upset. Main menu. The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Greenwich just winks onto the screen. He is seated at a computer. Off to his left, an enormous monitor fills the screen. His voice carries an edge of panic. The timestamp on the video reads 2054, 1109. Ah, he's less unhappy and more unshaven. Blitz leans in and whispers to you. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really put much stock into them. Not until now. I like Blitz. Jaeger cuts in. That's a bit of a leap.
Hey, why aren't you reading if you're reading your team's voices?
Because I'm not willing to read all this fucking stuff. Leap, Jaegerlove? Leap, Jaegerlove. He's not fucking what am I doing? Leap, Jaegerlove? Sounds like he's on the right track to me. Jaeger holds her silence, but concedes the point with a silent a small nod, not a silent nod. Both, actually, yes. Silent and small. And this is where we came in. Monica. I warned her. Amzel's voice is choked with rage. I warned her.
Until then, wow.
Can't make an omelet on that. Can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. Winter's image disappears. The display goes black. A few seconds later, the main menu returns. Hey, this is one where he starts fucking dying. When you play the 6th track, a small video window appears.
It's like a live streamer. Is he playing Fortnite? Is Green Winters playing Fortnite? Oh my god, Green Winters, my favorite Fortnite streamer.
You recognize the scene in the window. You are looking at the tattered drapes and nicotine-stained wallpaper of Winter's hotel room at Das Kesselhaus. The timestamp of the video reads 2054, 11:10. I will read this one, though. There is a blur of motion, and the haggard form of Green Winters lumbers into frame. Suspicions confirmed. Schaefer dead. Christ. Winters reaches a shaking hand off camera. A moment later, it returns clutching a cheap plastic drinking glass. He gulps something down, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, takes a deep breath. Okay. Back up, slow down. Start from the beginning. Winters closes his eyes and makes a visible effort to calm himself. When he speaks again, his voice is steady. Got the call from my contact in the cruise bazaar. Schaefer killed in the estate run. Matrix security at the estate cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and experience, on-site IC must have been extreme, even by Berlin standards. Security of that kind costs money. Real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. Unlikely. The connection to the Fire Wing is too strong. So, let's come right out and say it. The Dragon is what we're dealing with here, and the smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my connections. Still got my contacts. Still got my connections. And the Flux State can be hell of a weapon for the man who knows how to manipulate it. Winters takes a long pull from his glass, grimaces and swallows. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no, missing Deckers or no, I've got to jack into the Matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures I installed earlier should be more than enough to keep me safe for the 20 minutes I'll be in there. Winters drains the rest of the glass, then tosses it back over his shoulder. A moment later, you hear the dull clattering of hard plastic on linoleum. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F-State. But still, all things considered... Winters fishes for something off screen. A moment later, his hand reappears clutching a data jack cable. Better her than me. He plugs the cable into his head and the screen cuts to static.
Eject the DVD and frisbee it across the room.
As your finger nears the eject button, a black screen cuts in over the static. A moment later, Green Winter's haggard face appears. Does that say NERPs? If you're watching this, and I guess they caught up to me, they'll be after you too now. Blitz whispers into your ear again, more harshly this time.
What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here?
We didn't know. Not exactly.
Not exactly? I didn't come here to get hunted by a dragon. I'm not even part of this.
You are now, whether you like it or not, so quiet down and stop bothering her. Whoever you are, whatever you think you're after, you need to find Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Not because he's my brother. Because if Feuerschwing is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to people who get too close to this. I'm dead and dozens of others have died. You'll be next, unless you can find Adrian.
The screen cuts to static. The message is over. Ooga booga. The DVD tray slides out later. Whoa, spooky.
The room goes quiet as everyone struggles to process what you've just seen on the DVD. Finally, Dietrich breaks the silence. A dragon. Son of a bitch. Green Winter sent us up against a dragon. The Fire Wing. Amsel's voice is thick with dread. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Jaeger ignores him. Wait a second, we don't know for certain... Dietrich lands a hand on Jaeger's shoulder. The evidence seemed pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think that secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. The room falls silent. Jaeger and Gloria exchange glances. After a moment, Dietrich continues. Just think about it. The Decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting that first wing. Then, she was killed by that same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the Scarred Oak, and the Harfield Manor. And then Winters was killed by the exact same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there flatline, someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it. And I'll think that, given what we've seen, The dragon will do anything, will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay, going on the assumption that there is a dragon and that she will come after us, what do you propose that we will do about it? Anyone here have any suggestions? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow Winter's advice. We're gonna find Vauclair. Yes, Flatline is right. Finding Dr. Vauclair should be our priority. If we're going against a dragon, we need to find ourselves a dragon slayer. Winter spent 20 years searching for Vauclair, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him? With the help of an information broker. Let me guess. Back to the coffee shop? For this? No. Well, Herr Barak Ghazi is very capable. A task of this magnitude is beyond him. We need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Blitz scoffs at Amsel. Alice, best of luck then. And I hope I hope that you're rich. Amsel raises an eyebrow. For this, rich enough, even if only just. Who is this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community. Schockwellenreiter. She provides information retrieval services for the F-State. Amsel turns to the computer consoles behind him and runs his fingers over a virtual keyboard. The machine begins to hum. If Winters is right, if Vauclair is alive, she can help us find him. The console spits out a stick of black plastic. Amsel plucks it from the computer and hands it to you. Here, your key to speak with Alice. A cred stick? Amsel nods. And a cred stick, yes. 10,000 Nuyum. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Flatline. Make this meeting count. 10,000 Nuyum just to talk to her? Amsel nods. Her standard fee. Alice isn't in a position to ask it, and we're in a position to argue. Just like I said. Why doesn't anyone listen to me? Where do I need to go? Take the U-Bahn to the... Altstadt? Altstadt. Spandau. There you will find a connecting tube that the locals refer to as the rabbit hole. You will find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word on the streets is that she hates it. Please hurry. While you're out, I will work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match. Okay. Now go talk to this Alice Figure. Alice Figure. Oui, oui. That's French. Come on, Puppo. We're gonna go on an adventure. Can dogs come on the U-Bahn? Guess not. Oh, no, they can. That's fine. The rabbit hole.
Hey, what's that say? I don't know.
The only active console in this derelict span of U-Bahn platform is an old video arcade machine. The CRT monitor set into the machine's cabinet glows invitingly. Cheerful, pixelated graphics swirl and dance on the screen. Investigate the machine. At the base of the controller panel, you find a cleverly hidden input port. The port is shrouded in black plastic, and it appears to be the approximate shape of a typical credit stick.
Put that Ebzo's down payment into the machine. Yeah.
Internal motors grip the cred stick and pull it into the machine. It disappears into the port, and the screen goes black. Moments later, a video image fills the screen. The picture is dark and grainy, a far cry from the bright, colorful sprites that previously inhabited the display. On the screen is a dimly lit office. The place looks like it was pulled straight from an old detective movie. From the Venetian blinds on the windows to the great swaths of shadow that paint the walls black. Center stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is the silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal gray suit. Tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward into the light, and you catch a first glimpse of Alice. Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted a frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of illustrious black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan light. Alex exhumes a plume of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you, and her lips curl into a humorless smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. We need you to find someone for me. Or I need you to find someone for me. Dr. Adrian Vauclair. She raises an eyebrow. The Dragon Slayer? Interesting. He's been missing for a long time. Yes, he has. The question is, can you find him? Okay. She looks you in the eye, and her smile disappears. Her voice is all business. If he's out there somewhere, I'll find him for you. He could be living under an assumed name in California Free State, and I'd still track him down. And if he's not alive, I'll tell you where we can find his corpse. Alright, I'm satisfied. Let's talk about the job. Alex steeples her fingers. Alright, here's how this is gonna work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm gonna start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're gonna bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. That cred stick will have 50,000 Nuyen on it. When I get my cred stick, you get your information. This is the deal. Take it or leave it. Price gouging, huh? For a neo-anarchist, you behave an awful lot like an old world profiteer. Alice smiles at you sweetly. I wasn't aware there was a difference between the two. In all seriousness, I'm charging you what the job is worth. Do you know how much work it takes to find a digital ghost? There's gonna be wet work. Breaking into government archives. Hell, I might even have to commission an expedition to the Sox. This is a serious undertaking, friend. Now, do we have a deal, or don't we? Alright, Alice, what's the deal? Okay, but remember, you say, and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. We square on this? Yeah, we're square. Good. I'll be in touch. Screen goes black. Moments later, machine reboots. Color of sprites that you saw when you first approached the arcade machine return. And there's nothing more to see here. Alice is gone. Okay, come on, Dante. We're gonna go back home. I'm gonna eat another slice of cucumber. Let's talk to Blitz. Just because. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts. And a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set by his side. Hiya, Chief. You need something. Just checking in. You doing alright? There's a mushroom. His smile widens. Oh, great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about this ganger or that ganger sneaking behind me and slip a knife between my ribs. He slaps the table with a grin. It's a good change, Chief, I've got to say. Glad to hear it. We're happy to have you on the team. At least, I am. Of course you are. He gestures at himself with a flourish. What's not happy to be about? What's not to be happy about? Any thoughts on last round you'd like to share? Well, Chief, I wasn't around for most of it. But you got me out of that hotel. And for that, you've got my eternal thanks. You've got my eternal thanks. I'm gonna ask you a few questions because, we're done. And I could talk to you. Blitz glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table, then turns back with a sign of resignation. I suppose we're trying to keep it short, okay, Chief? I've got things to do. How long were you in Dragonkeep? I ended up there after the Anarchist Revolution of 39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realise how good I was. How much money I could have been made working in the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd. And that was that. You're a member of a drug gang. Why should I trust you? Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me! He does his best to give you a winning smile. I'm a trustworthy guy. Prove it. Tell me about the gang that you're in with. Well, I don't know that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of gang leadership or anything. I'm not really sure why you care either. Consider it a test. I need to know where your loyalties lie. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Well, where to begin? When I first arrived in Drogan Keep, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarzhausen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. I did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzhausen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them. Helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then, Dieter was killed in a firefight, and our happy little family fell apart. Was that when the hotel got attacked? Blitz takes a deep breath, shifts his weight from one foot to another. Well, okay, I guess he's standing up then. Not exactly. A sword sergeant maintained their hold on Drogan Keep, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dieter kicked the bucket, his second in command took over. She was a real piece of work, called herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. Did she turn on you? Immediately. I don't know why. Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter, back before he ate the bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? The point is, she went after me. Vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head. And then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about the Schwarzhausen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. Then they had a management turnover and everything went to hell. Blitz rocks back on his feet, his hands in his pockets. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Wait a second, that isn't it. There's some pretty big holes in that story. Come on, Chief, this is all ancient history. Why don't you rather talk about the future? The runs we're gonna go on. All the money we're gonna make. Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting the price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. Alright, Chief, fine. If that's what it'll take to make you happy. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzhausen who were loyal to Luster were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a gang is protection in numbers. When you get those numbers turned against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. What did you do? Blitz taps the plastic on his data jack. What I had to do. Luster had declared war on me, so I retaliated. And I won. Oh, without ever firing a shot. That's not an answer. Blitz sighs. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out for you, will you? Okay, fine. I hacked into Luster's computer and sent all of our information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. When they hit the Schwarzhausen, and they hit the Schwarzhausen and they hit them hard. When I took the hotel, then they took the hotel. And then they took me. I'll admit that the plan backfired a little. You did what you had to do. In your place, I'd probably have done the same. Blitz lets out a sigh of relief. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. He gives you a lazy salute. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team.
Thanks, Blitz. You're such a lovely person.
That I give an Irish accent for some reason. Flatline. She made contact with Alice? Alex Kane? Yes, I did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search we need for the information we need. Very good. I can't imagine this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? You're right on that count. 50,000 million. He shrugs. Oh, I'm out of cucumber slices. It is about as I expected. Thankfully, we are prepared for this. I have established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One jobs file is there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig for clues about Fierschwing. If she is in fact roosting under the Harfield Manor, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. A dragon is a large thing to hide, after all. Be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I will never forget. Don't worry, Flatline. I'm going to conduct my investigation the old-fashioned way, through contacts and deduction and careful observation. I will not jack into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished. That's probably wise. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Melita's working to recover information off those other DVDs. It's a painstaking process, and it will not be quick, but she's optimistic that she'll be successful in time. Finally, I've been checking up on our friend, the orc with the skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised as the situation develops. Sounds good, Paul. I'll check up on those jobs. One last thing before you go, Flatline. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. Do you know him? The orc who runs the shelter across the way. Don't know the man, sorry. Ah, well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time. I'll keep it in mind.
Let's go talk to Beckenbauer. I like Beckenbauer.
See, what he runs isn't just an organization. He runs a fucking charity. Ranch dressing. I don't know why I just licked ranch dressing off the plate, but I did. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is a kindness in his eyes. Ah, hello, human. As you can see, I am in the middle of a conversation with my assistant. The volunteer worker holds her silence, but her expression is full of naked hostility. GMO gives her a sidelong glance, and she seems to get the message. The fire in her eyes dies into a low simmer. But we do not want to be impolite. Is there something that I can do for you? I heard that you were wanting to talk about a job. Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. He takes a deep breath, slowly releases it, and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanist Poli Club? Well, they're monsters. Complete monsters. He nods. A label that I would not apply to many people, but the leadership of Humanist is deserving of the title. They corrupt, angry young humans into bile-spewing hate-mongers. Their bloody rhetoric helped instigate the Night of Rage. Keep talking. He nods. Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. Let me guess where this is going. Humanist is planning something. An attack of some kind. He nods. Yes, I believe so. The Berlin chapter of Humanist has arranged to acquire a large shipment of extremely hazardous chemical. Their leader, Volker Stahl, is a vicious ideologue. It goes without saying that whatever he intends to do, it won't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanist compound, you will find out what they're planning to do with the chemical and put a stop to it. Wouldn't it be easier to just hijack the shipment? Why allow it to get to the Humanist compound at all? He shakes his head. No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanist. They would merely acquire another. For a pack of snarling racists, they're extremely well funded. Let's talk compensation. How does this gig pay? I've contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000 as a payment. I trust that this will be sufficient.
I don't like this one because it's mean.
I'll do it. Count me in. He nods. Excellent, I am relieved. I will make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to Schottenhest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Flatline, and good hunting. Know that you are doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. Actually, I bet they will. Hey, it's Dietrich. A lone figure stands in the U-Bahn station. Dietrich. He raises a bottle at your approach, then tosses it away. And it shatters over here, probably. Or literally on the track, and the train's gonna go, ah! They explode. Figured I'd run to you here, boss. Wanted to be sure that I caught you before you headed off. I'm fucking up his voice. He takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. Looks you in the eye. Flatline, we need to have a talk with this Humanus gig. Go ahead, Dietrich, I'm listening. Well, I've got a history with Humanus. I fought him back in 39, during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body into the gutter flatline. I can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him. But as punks and anarchists came together and we stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night, but we put down some of the bad ones too. Let me guess. You want to come on the Humanus run so you can finish the job. That's part of it, sure, but it's not the whole story. I just want to come on this run, boss. I have to come. So he's not like how I basically made him before, which is Australian.
I'm gonna lick some more red dresser because it's dehydrating, apparently.
It's my nephew, Alexander. He signed on with Humanus, driven to it by his worthless sack of a dad, no doubt. I take it his father, your brother, is a Humanus member too. Nah, that'd take a level of conviction, a quality that he thoroughly lacks. My best guess is he's treating Humanus as a boarding school. They feed and house their recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So he dumped his boy off on them. Never mind the fact that they're fascist swine. Dietrich looks you in the eye. I've got to get Alexander out of the flat line before it's too late. Those monsters are experts at warping young minds. It's how their disgusting ideology propagates. So I'm asking you, as a personal favour, to let me come along on the run. I have to get into that compound flatline. I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals to make him do something unforgivable. Of course, Dietrich. I wouldn't keep you from something like this. Thanks, boss. I never doubted you'd bring me, of course. It's too good of a woman for that. But it's good to hear, it's all the same.
Okay, Dietrich, come along. Come along, Dante. Where would you like to travel?
There. Ah. Glory, Dietrich. Blitz. Whoa.
Hey, sleaze, you got slimer arms.
Sliber arms? I'm gonna hang myself. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a cyber arm. How did I forget I have a cyber arm? It's connected to my body. The U-Bahn rattles to a halt at the edge of Kreuzberg. You're only a few blocks away from shot the nest. The key is that Maximus smugglers call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you. Do I have any other spells? No. I can't throw grenades that far, so I'll replace it with like replace with cram because I'm fucking stupid. I want to use this, but like I don't have any skill with you know, pistols. Look, boss, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along in this one. It means a lot. Don't sweat it, even Shadowrunners have families. He nods. Alexander, he's a good kid, you know. If I'd have been there for him, if I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dag. Dag? Dad. He'd never have fallen in with those Humanus pigs in the first place. The expression on Dietrich's face softens, and he claps you on the shoulder. With a big... No. There we go. Good enough. Let's get fun, my nephew. Let's crack all the humanist skulls we can find along the way. The fuckers have it coming in more ways than I can count.
Hello.
A matronly woman with a round face and kind eyes greets you. Her apron is caked with what looks like a year's worth of grease. Guten Tag. What can I get you? That depends. What do you have? Well, today we have a soya-based currywurst for 5 million or a soup and sandwich combo for 10. Good, simple, stick to your ribs food. Perfect for a cold day like this. I'll take the soup and sandwich combo. That'll be 10 million, please. She hands you over a small cup of steaming soup and a sandwich. You take a quick bite and swig down some soup. It's wonderful. Thanks. The vendor pauses for a moment and then steeples their pudgy fingers. We don't see many strangers down at this end of the line. In case you haven't noticed, things are a little run down out here. You weren't thinking of heading out past the wall, were you? As a matter of fact, I was. Well, it doesn't make any difference to me, but you be careful out there. The people on the other side of that wall, well, they've got no respect for anybody. Thanks for the warning. She nods. Best of luck and take care of yourself. It was good soup. Hey, a phone booth. Searching the dead drop, you find the package with the telltale markings and the Schockwellenreiter.
Hooray!
Humanus. There is an open request for information on current and past owners of the Humanus Poly Club. Identifying information such as home addresses and photographs is preferred. The presence of this hate group and its supporters will no longer be tolerated within our community. We will expose them to the harsh light of truth. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information, Schockwellenreiter. Excuse me! A rough-looking dwarf with a fire plug build holds out his hand at your approach. Whoa there, Beanpole. I don't know where you think you're going, but you should turn around and go back the way you came. Beanpole? Seriously? Didn't mean no offense, but look at me. He gestures at himself. Compared to me, every human is a beanpole. Ain't a bad thing, it's just the way it is. He crosses his arms over his barreled chest and cranes his neck to look you in the eye. Look, we're not trying to be hard-asses here. Our job is to keep folks on that side of the wall out. If you really want to head out there, we're not going to stop you. But consider this a friendly warning. There's a reason why we're stationed here. There are gangs out there that skin you alive just as soon as they look at you. Trust me, I've gone up against worse. I've gone up against people who work in cubicles. They're worse. He shakes his head. Alright, fine. If that's really what you want, we won't try to stop you. He gestures to the troll standing behind him. Let him by, Sergey. Sergey. Sergey with a J at the end. Absolute Berlin. Shut the nest. This makes a Y. Whoa. Hello. The figure at the center of the group shoots you an insolent glance. His fine elvish features match Samuel's description. This must be Maxim, your smuggler liaison. Well, well, if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. He glances at the PDA on his wrist and looks up at you. Then he looks back up at you. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp and humorless. You're late, chummer. Yeah, sorry about that. I got held up at the wall. He lets out a theatrical sigh. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose I'll overlook it. If we run into trouble, you'd be glad to have me around. I guarantee it. His mouth twists up into a smirk. I certainly hope so. For your sake. Without another word, he turns and slaps the side of the bulldog step van.
This van can fit so many Shadowrunners in it and so much smuggled goods.
A second van of the same design rumbles to life a few feet away. Pile in, people. Be ready. There's rough country between us and the meeting site. We might run into trouble along the way. I'm gonna lick some more, manch messing. 20 minutes into your trip, the van comes to a screeching halt. Maxim presses his face to the passenger window. From the mix of anger and dread on his face, you can tell that he doesn't like what he sees. Damn it, I knew this was gonna happen. I fucking knew it. He cranes his neck around to look you in the eye. Everybody pile out of the van. And get ready, Flatline. We're gonna need some muscle in a second. As you take your position outside the van, you hear a shrill voice bark out an order. A pair of portable gun turrets begin to self-calibrate in response. Sweeping your gaze over the gangers assembled before you, you identify the woman owner of the voice, a leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. She calls out again, her voice brimming with pride. Hello out there! Welcome to Rambach territory! Maxim licks his lips, his eyes scanning over the gangers' hastily assembled roadblock. This key belongs to Surf Turf, slag. Has for months. You better clear out of our way before they show up and force you out. Surf Turf? Those tunnel rats? They're ancient history. Go ahead and call them if you don't believe me. Her face twists into an ugly smile. Scream as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Maxim's expression turns stony, but his face remains calm. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not at 100%. Why don't you let us cross the bridge in peace? There's no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just need to pay us a small toll, and we'll be more than happy to let you cross our bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 million per van. Her voice turns cold. Otherwise, you'd better find another way to get where you're going. Because this bridge is ours, and nobody crosses without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Maxim turns to you. Get ready to ventilate these assholes, Flatline. We've got a schedule to keep. Don't worry. We've got your back. He nods and draws his weapon. Good. Maxim's voice comes out in a roar. Take him down, boys! Open fire!
And he fucking dies. The end.
Oh, there's you know... Why'd you take cover behind me, you dick? You know, I really should just unequip Power Bolt. Nah. You're fucking stupid because you put those barrels there, bud. Fuck. Haha. Yeah, sure. Oh. Oh, okay. Ouch! Ow! This is what I get for you taking over behind me. Oh, thanks. That's exactly what he needed, because Blitz is notorious for bad aim because he uses a fucking SMG all the time, and SMGs aren't exactly, you know, the best. I hate living. Oh. Why? Haha. Yes. Wow, 3 damage. That's more than 1. And they're dead. Rest in peace. Maxim wipes his face with a handkerchief. The sweat comes away wet with blood-streaked sweat. Well, that was unpleasant. All a part of the job, though, eh? You said it. I've got to admit, Flatline, this attack has made me nervous. We're running late, we're low on ammo, and there's no time to call for reinforcements. Whatever way you slice it, we won't be going into this meet at our best. When we roll up at the meeting site, be ready. We may need to element supplies if negotiations go south. Agreed. That ambush was more than a little convenient. He nods. Couldn't have said it better myself. True. You could not have said it better yourself, because you're stupid and dumb. I don't like Maxim. The courtyard of the Humanist compound is strangely quiet. The only activity you notice is the clatter of mechanized gates as they rumble shut behind the vans. The bulldogs roll to a stop. You step out alongside Maxim and the rest of the smugglers. There are crates here. Lots of crates. All scattered in various stages of disorganization. It looks as though your delivery is just one of the many that this branch of Humanist has recovered. Ah! Saying words hurts. The smugglers unload their cargo from the vans and paper with practiced efficiency. The whole operation feels polished and professional, but you can tell that Maxim is nervous. You can see it in his eyes. The smugglers finish unloading the last of the crates and take up their positions around the van. Minutes pass. Nobody comes to meet you. No welcoming party. Maxim shakes his head. This isn't a good sign. Doesn't matter. They're gonna have to deal with me, whether they want to or not. What are you gonna do, knock on the front door? What makes you think they'll even answer? They've done a pretty good job of avoiding us so far. No, I'm going in. My business is inside. His eyes widen. You're not hired muscle, are you? You're a Shadowrunner here on a job. I'm surprised it took you this long to figure it out. He shakes his head at you, then shrugs. Be my guest. Go on inside. I won't try to stop you. When you make it back, if you make it back, we'll be out here waiting for you. Okay. I want to examine the chemicals first. There's a warning label plastered on the side of this container. Judging by the amount of small print on the label, whatever's being stored in here is extremely bad news.
Warning! Highly dangerous chemical agent. Do not take eternally. Avoid contact with skin, eyes, mouth, and clothing. Increases aggression and reduces impulse control when inhaled. Avoid breathing fumes or vapor. Important, do not proceed unless material safety cheat sheet has been read and understood.
Okay. Hey, let's crack these open and drink them with the boys. There's bicycle racks here. The Humanist compound smells like a locker room, and it doesn't look much better. Calling the building run down would be an understatement. Paint is peeling off the cheap Duraplast walls, and the tiles on the floor are mired with decades worth of grime. It's an old, ugly place, perfectly suited to the old, ugly ideology being practiced here. You enter the compound. The information that Samuel Beckenbauer sent you here to find lies somewhere ahead.
Purges metahumans.
Okay. That's cool. Ah. Hello, Frem? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. $3706. Shh. It's a one-time thing. Shh. Well, I haven't taken this run yet. Well, that's a shame. 1409. Inside, you find a note. Alexander, you have seemed less than enthusiastic in our education sessions. Please understand that we are not a shelter. We are a factory that refines the dross of society, people like you, into strong, pure warriors for humanity. In the future, see to it that you are on time and well rested. If you drop the ball again, we are going to have a little talk about your future in this organization. Dietrich snatches the note out of your hands. I knew it. I knew that Alex wouldn't buy into their bullshit. He reads the note over again, his lips moving with the syllables. Come on, boss. He's still here somewhere. There's still time. Uh... 2619. No, I wasn't gonna read that. Fuck. Recruit capital, blah 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 blah. There we go, I read it. 4176. See, I could easily just brute force my way through. 253. That's less than what it says. It says 255 to 290. Shit, I've been bamboozled. Friedrich, I am pleased with how well you are doing. To show my growing trust in you, I am giving a new assignment in addition to your trainee duties. Beginning tomorrow, I'd like you to tidy the armory. The browse access code is purities. See that you don't forget it. Tomorrow evening, I expect a full inventory of our weapons and our arsenal by nightfall. With that, you will deliver me a requisition order for the weapon of your choosing. Your pick, my boy. I leave it up to you. Congratulations, Friedrich. Your honor is well deserved. Okay. And this was empty, but I'm gonna open it anyway. 2114. It's empty. Well, fuck. Might as well just kill myself.
My nose is itchy. Ah. Itchy. Ah!
What's the thing? Purity. P-U-R-I-T-Y. Enter. Ah, yeah, I forgot that was in there. Inspect. This turret is powered down. Don't touch it. Box of grenades. A weapon rack. An Ares Predator. A shoot bang gun. A health kit. Did I say a health kit? I meant a med kit. A thing. I should probably hack those security cameras when I can find it. Like, the computer that I need to hack. No. There's a spirit thing in here. A note. There's a handwritten note sitting on the table. Hey, Capel. You come highly recommended. Anyone who did what you did to those elves will go far around here. You can hit the kitchen anytime, but otherwise stay close unless otherwise told to. Your locker code is 2619. Locker 3. Owen. Thanks, Owen. Now, do you mean foot locker or normal locker? Is there anything this way? No. Come along, everyone. We just ran for no reason. It'd be nice if I had drone control, but I don't. So there's a very high chance that turret's gonna fuck me over. Now, is the password for all these Humanus? Yes. Pride. And then this one. My nose is still itchy, and I'm unhappy about it. Billionaire philanthropist and children's radio show host. Well, then kill him. Ah! Give me the first pamphlet. Human, you work hard, you play fair, and still you can't get ahead. But have you ever wondered why? The answer is simple. The elf is using the orc and the troll as muscle against you. Think about it. When you turn on your Tridio after a long day's work, who you see? A pampered elf, basking in the lap of luxury, squandering the money that you could be using to feed your children. Well, then get a better job, you retard. When you walked through a dark alley on your way home from the market, who do you fear? The mongrel orc and the savage troll, lying in wait to rob you of your hard-earned gains. The elf, the orc, the troll, all are parasites leeching away at your prosperity and happiness. It's time to wake up and do something about it. So what are you going to do, human? Support the Humans Polyclub. Together we will show pride in what we are and defend ourselves from the jackals at the door. Humans forever. I have friends who are trolls. And elves. So, you know. Human! They say well, you can't get a job because of the economy, but you know the real reason. Meta-humans. The elf with his pretty boy looks takes the high-paid corporate desk job, raises to the top, and blocks the top positions forever. Never aging, never retiring. The orc is willing to work for table scraps, driving the cost of labor down, and depriving you of a decent wage. Okay, so if he works for table scraps, would I get decent pay if he's working for paid table scraps? They would want to pay me the same as him. The troll takes all the manual labor jobs. That's right, not even the sweat of your own brow can earn you a living these days. Join Humanas and turn the tides on iconic representation. That's That's the humanist people sound.
Human, you ever wonder why dwarf shops are all family run? Free labor, and whose business to suffer? You guessed it, we, the humans, wind up paying unreduced paid sales and lost wages. Every day, another dwarf-run store open. Every time that happen, more dwarf flock to our neighborhood, driving good honest human business out. They say it's for community. They say it's for people. But why can't they keep their own neighborhoods? Instead of for the people, that's right.
Okay. I'll just walk away now, seeing as you're all insane and or racist. I'm gonna open these doors and hope that they stay open when I'm done. Is it pride?
It's a door code.
I should have put pee pee poo poo. That would have been funny. Hey, let me guess, does he come out of this door? Yeah. A stocky man in a military surplus jacket enters the room. He's flanked on either side by a pair of young women, their face masked by white kerchiefs, and each of them carries an unholstered pistol. Lower your weapons, girls. We have a guest. The soldiers exchange glances, then lower their sidearms. They look at you, their stares full of hatred and bile. Hey, I'm human too, you dickheads. There. That's better. His neutral expression curdles into a malevolent grin. I have shown you hospitality, stranger. Now it's time for you to return the favor. So tell me, why are you here? I'm here with the smugglers. We've brought your shipment, and we're waiting to get paid. Oh, don't you worry. Your friends are already being taken care of. His smile widens. Trust me, they'll get everything that's coming to them. Was that supposed to be scary? Because I'm not impressed. Patient, stranger. By this time tomorrow, you'll be plenty impressed. I guarantee it. Insult me again, and I'll break you in two. My girls will shoot you dead before you make it 3 paces. And none of us want that, do we? The unpleasant-looking young toughs behind him shake their heads. It'd be tragic if you missed the big show. He offers you a broad smile. It is going to be glorious. That gas that you hauled in for us, it's gonna prove every word that we've been saying. The trogs, the halfers, the goddamn dandelion eaters. One whiff of this stuff and they're gonna tear each other apart. And then they'll spill into the good human neighborhoods, where we'll be waiting to stop them. You just watch and wait, traitor. Stahl gives you a broad grin. It'll be a bloodbath. You're gonna drive a bunch of metahumans crazy in order to prove that metahumans are crazy. You're pathetic, Stahl. The smile fades from his face. I've heard just about enough insolence from you. I might just have my men teach you some manners. Sounds of hurried footsteps echo down the hallway behind you. The humanist lord leader smiles. And as luck would have it, here they come now. Dietrich's eyes go wide. He takes a step toward the nearest gunsman. Alexander! The youth blinks in surprise. He half lowers his weapon. Uncle Dietrich? Shoot him, Alexander. This man is an intruder and a traitor. Come here to do us harm. If you're gonna put a shell in someone, put it in Stoll. He's a monster, Alex. I know that you can see that. The humanist gunmen flanking Stahl exchange uncertain glances. One begins to raise her pistol, but hurriedly lowers it when the humanist leader steps forward. Stahl fixes Alexander with a stern gaze. You swore an oath to us, Alexander. You will be a man and keep it. Don't let him pressure you, boy. I'm not a boy, and he's right. I did swear an oath. I owe Humanus. They took me in when nobody else did, or would. Taught me to be strong. No, Alex. What these pigs are teaching you, it ain't strength. Come with me and I'll take you under my wing. Show you what real strength is. This traitor associates with mongrel filth. If you listen to him, you will be betraying your people. I don't know. I don't know what to do. If you can't see through Humanus' bullshit, you don't deserve to live. That's a shade thing to say, even though when I was playing as so my first person, I chose this one. If you side with Humanus, I'm gonna have to kill you. I don't want to, but I will. Dietrich nods. We're gonna have to fight our way out of here, Alex. And I don't want to have to fight you. If you don't pull that trigger right now, we will put you down with the rest of this filth. Shakily, Alexander raises his rifle, levels it at Dietrich's head. Uncle Dietrich, Wait for Alexander to act. The barrel of the rifles trembles in Alexander's arms. I'm sorry.
Sneeze.
Dietrich locks his eyes with his nephew. His voice is low and soft. Do what you have to, Alex. And do what you have to, Alex. It's your choice. Do it, you stupid boy! Do it! Without a word, Alexander wheels around and points the rifle at Stull. The humanist leader recoils in alarm. Alexander levels the weapon and all hell breaks loose. Whoa! Ah! Haha. Uncle Dietrich, no! I hate bringing Dietrich on missions because he has terrible aim and his fucking spells don't do shit. Haha. Oh, that turret's alive.
Looks like I have to fire out here.
Yeah. Why do you think we're fighting? Ah. I should really get a new gun. Yes, good. Murder. I sure do love how useful your spells are, Dietrich. No. Haha, you suck. I mean... Yeah. Haha, big nerd. In fact, I go so far to call you a big loser, McDumbass. Blah. Oh, that's not cool. Hey, want to heal your wounds? Yeah, there we go. Thanks. You're such a great shooter. Yeah, that's not very nice. You know what? Fuck you. Meh. You can sit there. Hello, friends. How are you? You. I'm gonna get shot to shit. But you're in bad cover, so that doesn't care. Or that doesn't care. That doesn't matter. Yes. Ow! Ow! Uh-oh. Ah! Stab myself. I'm gonna inject my eyeball. Yes. Fuck. Ouch. No. Ah.
Well, that, I think you just want to die.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Heal. Onward, spirit. Kill my enemies. For funny. You did good, spirit. I guess. I don't know. Go there. It's not easy having a spirit right there. Kill him. Good job. Now we all can go home. You burst through the door to the Humanist compound and into the crisp night air. You're not far from your extraction point. Time to go. Okay. Except for there's people out here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there are people out here. Thanks. Kill him. Eh. Oh. She's fucking dead. You're really shit into this, you know that? My arm! What? That's fine. This is fine. I'm okay with this. I like using that attack because it's not only a attack that can stun people, but it's also an attack that makes her kick people. Blitz, please tell me you can actually aim from here. Good job. Hey Max, you fucking loser. Maxim looks up at the sound of your approach. If he's surprised to see you, he doesn't show it. Crazy night, huh? He pulls a flask from his jacket pocket and takes a long swig, then looks you in the eye. I hope this is worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? Nope. I don't think they ever had it to begin with, but I guarantee you, they'll be pretty hard to find. They'll think pretty hard to everybody. But I guarantee you, they'll think pretty hard before crossing smugglers again. He nods. I can live with that. Thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander? The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah, Uncle Dietrich. Yeah, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him. Couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you, believe it. We're gonna take you away from here, back to the cruise bazaar. Get you the help that you need. Yeah. Okay, Uncle. Okay. Dietrich glances over his shoulder, locks eyes with you. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew's safe and I owe you. And one other thing. That Dragon Slayer's happy too. We just did a ballsy thing, protecting my family and gave a monster a bloody nose in the process. I did this for you, not for your totem. Appreciate it. But you should know that he's happy all the same. He grins. You should also know that when the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. You have my attention? His grin widens. Yeah, I thought it might. I can feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there. And soon enough, I'll be able to use it. I don't mean to break this up, but we need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you, piling that other van. You continue having your movement when we get back to the shot the nest.
Scheiße nest. The shit nest, haha. Funny.
The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comfortable today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Apollo Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that Shadowrun gets prevented atrocity on the job. Yeah, it is. Just look at Shade. Your PDA rings, and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on the screen. Flatline, I have new information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Okay. Hello, Simi. Despite the fact I don't know who you are. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn over her years. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 of them for me to care for. I need to see them. You're high as a kite, are you? We could fly kites. I should ask Mother Superior. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out from beneath the woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as the likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. This story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and the children and mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? Look, do you know Monica? Monica? Is she one of the sisters at the Abbey? No, wait. Monica. A flicker of recognition fights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. Not anymore, sweetheart. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she appears to have a glean meaning from your tone. She She died? I'm sorry. She did. The girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain through her skull. Ah! I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. The girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven. She told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies, and childhood pets. And she was a good person. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jacket in her head. I'm gonna step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children.
Good for you and your imaginary children.
Statue. Yeah, that's me. It's an obsolete, old phone book.
Here you go.
Walk away. Only 500.
Meow.
How much money do I have? 2,000! Yeet. Hello again, mein Freunden. What can I do for you? I uncovered what Humanus is up to. You'll find the details on this datapad. Beckenbauer eyes the plans on the datapad, then nods grimly. This fits with Humanus' established pattern of behavior. Horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. Similar shipments.
Similar shipments.
Similar shipments. They are planning to deploy the gas tomorrow morning. The exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. Actually, I was an undoing. I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I am not ashamed to say that I wish the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. I shot him in the back with a few bullets. And now I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organization suffers in the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanist Pollock Club is going to be taking a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Flatline. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Pleasure doing business with you.
Hey, gun guy. I need gun.
The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure. An enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the smell of pipe tobacco. Tough in Boxtel. You're here to conduct some business, no? No business. If so, I welcome you to Medbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep on right on walking. Keep on walking.
Servalegazione. Oui, une baguette.
I have 2 of these, and I wish I could sell them, but I can't.
Well, the taser.
Why would you buy a taser?
It's for achievement.
Oh, okay. Sure. Even though that's all of my fucking money.
My fucking money. My fucking money. It's gone. All of my money is gone.
Jazz. And also an advanced medkit, because I need that. Hey, it's the maintenance worker. Ooga booga. Hey, buddy, sorry to bother you, but I could use some help over here. You gonna make a little extra scratch? Shouldn't take too long. Sure, what's the problem? Well, me and my buddy Victor got called in from the next keys over. Something's wrong with the sewers around here. The local plumbers and mechanics are all useless. Vic and I talked to him, tried to get him to give us a maintenance schedule for your sewer pumps. They just scratched their heads at us, said that the machinery down there just took care of itself. My best guess is that your pumps are shut down. Happens from time to time without proper maintenance. When the pumps shut down, the waste started piling up. And it's started to cause some heavy major overflow problems downstream. Doesn't sound like something I'd be good at. Just hear me out, lady. This has to get done. But I think it's something we got Victor. That's why I need your help. Alright, keep blabbing on. The problem is probably something basic. A clog that needs to be cleared, something like that. Restarting the pumps, you should take care of it. But no goddamn way am I going in there. If you do the job for me, I'll give you the new and we were paid for it. I don't need it, you can have it all. I can live without money, but someone's gotta go down and fix those pumps before I leave. How many new are we talking about here? 500. For a job this quick, it's good money. Fine, I'll do it. You're a lifesaver, chummer. If you find Victor, well, if he's still alive down there, tell him I'm sorry. Okay. Enter the sewers? Yes. Glory, Blitz, Jaeger. Come on. There we go. A ghostly labyrinth of tunnels and dead-end passageways makes up the network of sewers beneath the cruise bazaar. You climb down the ladder into the shallow underworld and reel at the wave of foul smells that washes over you, clogging your sinuses and saturating your clothing.
And now I smell like poo-poo pee-pee.
As your eyes adjust to the light, you find yourself standing in the edge of a narrow channel of murky gray-green water. The rush of churning water echoes down the tunnel. You catch a flash of motion in your peripheral vision. Something man-sized, moving fast, fleeing across the far end of the tunnel. You strain your eyes to see it, but no avail. The thing, whatever it is gone. I wonder what it could be. Seriously, I do. It could be anything. Spin around really fast.
You have karma.
Yes. Hello, sir. This corpse has been eviscerated. Its limbs have been torn clean off, and its rib cage is oddly deformed. The tattered shreds of a blue maintenance uniform hang loosely off its chest.
Search the body.
A well-worn manual entitled "What Doing Shadbook Osgab 2042." The book is filled with depiction of turbine and pump cross-sections, tools, and description of maintenance procedures. A few of the pages have been bookmarked with colorful bits of paper. Yellow bookmark.
822896.
Green.
Computer.
Maintenance guy. Thanks, maintenance guy. What's in here? Ah! 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 I don't remember how to do this mission. Oh, well, I guess I just go up to here then. Access pump status. Stopped. Operations. Error. Status. Error. Meow. Up. Inspect these
Bones!
These metahuman bones have been picked clean.
Bones!
Okay, now I can do the computer. Oh. Ah! 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 Oh, I have to. Mer. There we go. That's what I want. There they are. That's what I wanted. That's not what I wanted! Brr. Hello, friend. And now I can poke the computer. Poke. Restart. 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 Hey, dead bodies. 158 million? That'll help me earn back the money that I spent on that gun. What's in here? Huh. Where do I go? Oh. Oh. A corpse, mangled beyond recognition. Activate the turbine. Oh yeah, I have the code. 822896. 822896. Activate the turbine. Turbine, where's the lift? Oh fuck. Where are these ghouls keep coming from? Why don't I equip 2 Ares Predators? Why? I fucking hate myself. Brr. 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 Oh fuck. Just fucking point blank range right into their mouth. Brr. Brr. Fuck. Fuck. Does anyone know how to hit things? Apparently Blitz does. Except for he's out of ammo. One problem at a time. Now can I poke the computer with my penis and or finger? Restart. Yay. Restart. Yay. Ah! 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 A shambling mound of ragged flesh stumbles towards you. There's a look of desperation in his eyes. Please, don't shoot. The ghoul's breath reeks of rotting meat. We're not like the others. Ah, I don't believe you. No, please, listen to me. The ghoul takes another faltering step towards you. The Krieger strain takes a heavier toll on some of us than others. Many of my kin have been driven mad by the virus, but I am still sane. Krieger strain? It nods. Of HM, the human meta-human virus. The virus that has infected us, that has twisted us into this. We are not monsters, ma'am. We are people with an illness. Incurable for now, and yet some of us cling to hope.
You may think of us as lepers if you wish.
Keep talking.
We've lived down here under the cruise bazaar for years. For all that time, this place has provided refuge from the world above. We trade our labor for sustenance, both ourselves and for our fellow brothers, and we survived. But for now, our food supply has been interrupted, and the feral ones have been gone mad with hunger. They're a danger to everybody, even us.
You worked for food?
Who is feeding you? McDonald's? The doctor. The topsider from your cruise bazaar. He kept us fed. The contract guaranteed it. But under the terms of our deal, we maintained the pumps that kept the cruise bazaar sewage flowing. In return, the doctor gave us medical waste to eat. With proper rationing, we found that we could get by on what he gave us.
That hurts my throat.
The Decker monitored both sides to ensure a mutual cooperation. But with her death, the doctor has reneged on the deal.
My throat!
Without the food guaranteed by the contract, the feral ones have gone mad, and in the madness they have made it too dangerous for us to maintain the pumps.
You were the reason why the sewer system took care of itself.
Yes, in truth, we would still work on the pumps, even without the doctor's payments. We love our occupation. It helps us to feel human. But the changes wrought by the Krieger strain require us to eat human flesh. If we don't, we wither and die. Without regular feedings, we will have no choice but to hunt for our food.
Was this Decker named Monica by any chance? It nods.
Yes, that was her name.
Doctor? You mean Dr. Escabel?
Yes, his contributions kept our community alive, helped us thrive. But now that the Decker is gone, he has demanded payment for our feedings. We have no money, but he does not care. He tells us that we must find some, or he will let us starve.
I think that I have a solution to your problem. Its milky eyes widen.
Yes, please, whatever you can do. Our situation is desperate.
I'm gonna have a little talk with Dr. Escabel. The ghoul nods.
Yes, perhaps you can convince him where we cannot. We have a comlink provided to us by the Decker. It is a direct line to Escabel's office. If we call him, he will answer.
I'm fucking dying because of that voice. That's behind me. You pick up the comlink receiver. It's a custom job cobbled together from a jumble of high-end parts. It reminds you of your mission computer. Monica's handiwork. There's a series of staccato clicks as the connection is made. Dr. Escabel's voice pours in your ear. It's thick with a blend of irritation and insolence. If you're calling me to beg again, you might as well hang up now. I've been bled by you people for too long now. There are plenty of chop shops and organ leggers out there who'd pay good money for... Oh, shut up. There's a brief pause. Who the hell is this? Guess. Flatline? Escabel tries to hide the surprise in his voice. He doesn't do a very good job. What are you doing on this line, my friend? I just had a very interesting conversation with some of your long-term customers. I don't know what those things have told you, Flatline, but they're not customers. They've never paid me a thing for my services, and they've been keeping the sewers running, Doc. Well, yes, but I don't know why it's my responsibility to pay them for... You signed a contract. I expect you to honor it. Contracts don't last forever, and you'll forgive me for saying so, Flatline, but I can see no good reason to continue honoring this one. My clinic is a business, not a charity. I'm not giving your new friends any more biomaterial unless they pay me for it. The ghouls don't have any money. You know that. But maybe they have something else that you want? What, like a barter system? I don't think so. I can't imagine that a bunch of sewer-dwelling monsters would have much of value to trade. They're people, Doctor, not monsters. They've already been working for their meals. Maybe you could come up with other things for them to do? That's an interesting suggestion. The line goes quiet for a moment. I might be able to work with that. I'll tell you what, you tell their leader that I'll continue feeding them. And in return, they'll keep the sewers maintained like they used to, and they'll agree to do odd jobs for me when I call. Just so we're on the same page, what sort of odd jobs are we talking about? The sort that a pack of bloodthirsty ghouls might be good at. Use your imagination. The ghouls that I've spoken with are intelligent and kind. I don't think they'd want to do your dirty work for you. Well, that's stuff for them. I'm sorry, but this is my material that we're talking about. If they want to keep getting it, they need to provide something of value to me. And as you well know, they have nothing else of value to provide. You've heard my offer. They can do what I tell them to, or they can find their food elsewhere. It doesn't matter to me either way. Teal, I'll give them a message. Very good. And tell him that I'm looking forward to working with him. There's a click as Escobar disconnects the line. There's a ghoul behind me.
Hello, ghoul. How are you? I'm going to lose my voice.
You're back. I've spoken with Escabel. He's offered to resume your feedings, but only on 2 conditions. The shambling figure eagerly clasped his hands.
Yes, please. Tell me these conditions. We are willing to be reasonable.
He wants you to continue maintaining the sewers, and he wants you to do jobs for him.
I see.
Its voice goes quiet.
Tell me, what sort of jobs does he have in mind?
He wasn't specific, but I think he was talking about the jobs of the bloody kind. A downcast look crosses the ghoul's face. He looks away.
I am not surprised. He sees us as monsters, and he intends to force us into acting like monsters. His own pack of mindless creatures to command. We will be forced to discard that which was most precious to us, and act like the world already thinks that we are. This is the price of survival for us. This is the deal that you brokered.
It isn't ideal, I know, but then again, nothing ever is.
Well, I suppose that I must thank you.
The ghoul turns away in misery.
Please, leave us. And please, do not come back.
Okay, bye. Where's the ladder? There it is. The fresh air of the cruise bazaar is a welcome relief after your time in the sewers. A cool breeze drifts across the street, carrying with it the smells of food being prepared, cheap alcohol being poured, and fires being lit against the cold. The stench of the sewers, however, still lingers in your nose, a bad olfactory taste. At least the pumps are working again. The sewage overflowing into the streets would certainly smell far worse. True. Hey, Jimmy! I did your thing. Drek, finally. I was worried that you wouldn't come back either. So tell me, what happened? Everything go okay? It's taken care of. You can leave. After you give me my money. What about Victor? Your friend isn't coming. I'm sorry. Christ, poor Vic. I don't know how I'm gonna tell his folks. Real close-knit family they were.
Here, I found this on his body. Maybe you could give it to them.
Hey, thanks, Thil. He turns the manual over in his hands, rubs his thumb on the careworn paper cover. They'll appreciate it. Here's the money I promised you. I don't know what I would fucking do with it. 7! Yes, this will do. This will do fine. How much money do I have again? 900. I need spells. Hey, it's Kami. Cammy. I'll say Cammy, because it sounds better. Ah! She tips an invisible hat. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Kami. You looking for something? Depends. Is there anything I should be looking for? She titters. Volunteering information? That's bad for business. Unless Altoon wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I'm just his ears and hands outside the cafe. He's got all enough of a voice all by himself. He doesn't seem to be afraid to use it either. Not in the slightest. Since you've just moved here, I have some advice. If you haven't guessed already, he's got his fingers in a lot of pies. I've seen what happens when he doesn't approve of someone or something. Pissing him off can't be worth it. But at least the very least, you won't be able to get good coffee in this town again. She grins cheekily. So what's the story between you and Altung? She grins and winks lasciviously at you. Oh, surely you've guessed. You're not serious. She laughs. I can't pull a fast one on you, can I? Well, I'll tell you the real story sometime. How about that? Right now though, I have some errands to run. Come over sometime, we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before turning her focus to the comm at her wrist.
Whoa! Don't scream it!
Hello, Absinthe. Absinthe turns to face you. She takes care to avoid looking you in the eye. Flatline, a pleasure, as always. What can I do for you? Use astral perception to read your aura! Gray nothingness. Absinthe's voice slides into your ears like a living thing. You won't catch sight of me that way, human. My true self is hidden, tucked away behind a veil of time and aether. Be thankful. You wouldn't like what you'd see. Your third eye slides shut again, involuntarily this time. Back in the material world, you find yourself rubbing your temples against a sudden headache. It feels like an eye strain.
Only 1,000 times worse.
Don't worry, the pain will fade in time. I wouldn't recommend doing that again, though. You don't need to worry about that. I won't try to read your aura anytime again soon. She nods. Believe me, it is for the best. I'm looking to buy some magic. Then you want to talk to Algernon. He's just around the corner. That's all I needed. Be well, human. Hey, Algernon. Hello again. May I help you?
If you're selling, I'm buying. Show me your inventory.
Power bolt isn't something I need. I need spells. Oh. I forgot. I'm poor. Oh, I forgot.
I'm poor.
Um... Dietrich! Fire elemental. Because they have area of effect attacks, and I like those. Thanks. Actually. Sure. Okay, bye. And now, to go talk to, Phase Man. Or Malit Holly. Holly. Hey. Do you got that drone fixed? I do. Just finished before you arrived. There's a complication, though. What is it? This drone's got a custom AIOS stack on it. Someone wrote code that sits on the bootloader and configures the drone to only accept commands from a specific user. The thing works like a computer virus, so there's no way I can rip it out unless I got another brain from this model of drone. Before you ask, yes, I looked in on that. Problem is, this is a stolen Corp drone. A discontinued model of a stolen Corp drone. There are no parts of this thing on the market around here, so unless you know who locked this thing up so tightly, you're not going to get more use of it than a doorstop. Drek. Well, I'll ask around for its owner. Thanks.
Thank you, Malit. Even though I was going to buy stuff.
Hey, Blitz, you wouldn't know anything about this drone, would you? Blitz's eyes widen as he sees the drone that you're carrying. He looks anxious. Oh, hey, Chief, how's it going? I found this drone in that hotel vault. Does it belong to you? Oh, yeah, Chief, that's mine. I didn't want to say anything at the time, since it was my idea to have you loot the vault in the first place. What was it doing in there? It's my personal drone. Good to have something to hide behind when you're on solo deck and run, you know. Luster took it from me when she seized control of the Schwarzenhausen. Schwarzhausen. I've been hoping to get it back ever since. I gotta say, Chief, it hurt me to see her all banged up to hell like she was. Looked like Luster had a few of her goons take turns on my baby with a baseball bat. But it looks like it got her up and running again. How'd you manage to do that? Millie fixed your drone. She says they won't listen to anyone but you, though. Score! So, can I have it back? Sure, it's no use to me anyway. Actually, Blitz, I have a question for you. What did you think about the Humanus mission? Blitz stubs out a cigarette at your approach. Flatline, I was hoping to see you. Do you have another run lined up for us? I'm strapped for cash. Why the hell are you strapped for cash? With the amount of work we've been doing, you should be rolling in Nguyen. No, you shouldn't. What can I say, Chief? What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think better of it. The anxious look turns to his face. I have expensive tastes. I was hoping for a straight answer. You've got talent for deflection, Blitz. And you're annoyingly persistent. If you must know, I'm in debt. That's where all my money's been going. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. If some bookie sends his thugs here looking for you, it's going to become my business. So talk now. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. And in this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you asked, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third and finally, the trouble I was involved in a girl. Involved a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging deep into personal feelings territory. So if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. So it's up to you, Chief. You really want to go down this road? Or shall we keep this relationship professional? You're clearly preoccupied with this. In our line of work, preoccupied can get you killed. So spit it out and we'll deal with it. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? I met Emily in Drogan Keep. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could out-dick me. And the real kicker is that she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily, that girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. Sounds like hell of a girl. She was. She just made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, she made it right. I don't think much of people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems to be a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Let's just say she was important to me. And then I lost her. I don't know what was happening. It just came out of nowhere. One day she was just gone, along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on an old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. That was it. We'd been together for years, and that was all she left me. This beat-up old cyberdeck. Naturally, I'd freaked. We'd had our share of arguments, but we'd never had a huge blowout or anything. I couldn't think of anything that'd drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly, I felt hurt. So I searched for her in the real world and in the Matrix. And once that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts. And that was when I started racking up debt. So, did you find her? No, she's gone flatlight. Without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of. And my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. And at this point, I've accepted that. But I still have to repay those debts. I'm surprised that you've given up so easily. There must be some place you haven't looked. He blinks. I don't know, Flatline. I really did look everywhere. And at great personal cost. If she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. Fuck! I thought I was done with this. But you're right. Without some kind of closure, I'm never going to get me at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck.
Alright, thanks, Blitz. You're a great person.
Do I need karma? And a karma! Do I have any karma? Where's me karma? My ankle hurts. Hey, Dietrich. You really came through. You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me, anything at all, then you call me. I'll come running. How's Alexander holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Stahl's programming. It might take a while, but he'll adjust to the life here in Cruise Bazaar. In the meantime, I found a good place for him. Cyrus agreed to take him in. Is that wise? Samuel's employees have no love for Humanus. Most of them don't even like humans. I would know. Best thing for the kid will be learned through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's groups, he'll have no choice but to interact with many humans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different from anyone else. First few days will be rough, no question. But he'll make it through and come out the other side a better man for it. Seems like a tough kid. I don't doubt that you're right. Teacher claps you on the shoulder. You're a good woman, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you back before we climbed in the van? Yeah, you were saying that the Dragon Slayer was happy and that you'd been given a reward.
What's it about me?
That's right. Thanks to let's not mince words, heroic actions back in that swine pit, the Dragon Slayer seemed fit to grant me his favour. His grin widens, and now I know what that means, and what I can do with it. Well, don't keep me in suspense. He gestures to the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feel of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power that you feel is his power, pouring through the aether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground, and as long as I stand in that spot, all my magic grows stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? What about another major shaman? Could someone else benefit from one of these channels, too? He shrugs. Don't see why not. Like I said, it's basically a ley line. As long as you're on the Dragon Slayer's good side, I don't see why you couldn't use it. My idol, he's stingy with his gifts. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learn to properly control it. And I'm sure that you've got things to do as well. I'll take care of whatever else that needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use this. Sounds good. Take care, Dietrich. You too, boss.
Now let's talk to Glory. Let's talk to Cyber Bay.
Glory's expression remains distant, but her lips curl upward to a hidden smile. Oh. Flatline. Need something? Everything still okay with you? You never need to worry about me, Flatline. I'm fine. Any thoughts about the last run? No, Flatline. Nothing at all. Nothing right now. Nothing at all. I don't think. I just kill. I got blades for fingers. Ha! Glory scissor hands. I'm gonna kill myself. You couldn't have started running the shadows much more than 5 years ago, tops. So what's with the vintage chrome? That's not a story that I'm interested in telling you out of context. If you really want to get into it, we're gonna need to go back. Way back. She stares at you with her cold,
Dead
eyes. I'm not sure that you want to do that. You say that you'll give me answers when we talk about your past. So, let's talk about it. Why do you care? Why do you care? That's how I should sound. I should sound like, why do you care? Why do you care? That's me. Whenever anyone cares. There is no hostility in her voice. If anything, she sounds suspicious. Because I'm the leader of this team, and I need to know who I can, as much as I can, about the runners who are working with me. Actually, I do care. She pauses for a moment, considering. Then she nods. Alright, fine. We can talk. But we're doing it on my terms. This is a long story, Flatline. Long and ugly and cruel. Are you sure you want to hear this? Please. Alright. I'm going to start from the beginning. Not for you, for me. I guess that it'll help. It might help me to say this all out loud. She takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out in a cool monotone. My family lived in Stuttgart. It was a nice enough place, I suppose. My parents worked as wage slaves for IFMU. My mom was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well. That's what my mom always told me. But I never knew them that way. She pauses for a long moment. When she begins speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the first time since you met her, Glory sounds alive. The dad who I knew was an old, damaged Euro War vet who turned to hardline religion to make sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that meant either the Ritter Christie or the fascist cousins, the Crusaders. My father chose the latter path. I still remember hiding in my room with my father and his Ritter brothers over the prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, then spend an hour or two riling themselves up for talk about heretics and the devil's work. Then they'd go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living shit out of him, and drown him in the necker. Meanwhile, I'd be holed up at home with Mom, who would commemorate the event by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep. Just elves and dwarves? I'd assume that a mage or an orc would be a more tempting target. What, you mean pick on a victim that who could fight back? Glory shakes her head. No, my father and his pack of jackals weren't up for that kind of trouble. They'd had more than enough real combat when they were young men back in the Euro Wars. They just wanted to feel big and in control of their lives again, and it didn't matter to them who they hurt in the process. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous assholes, life was pretty normal. I went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom, kid stuff. Then I turned 14, and everything went to shit. Glory pauses, then swallows hard. Ever so slightly, her cheeks flush red. Suddenly, she looks self-conscious, as if she snapped out of a trance. As quickly as it came, the flush of emotion disappears. Her voice frosts over. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You don't need to say anything that you don't want to, but if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me. Thank you for your understanding. Glory stares at you through cold, dead eyes. Now let's get back to the job at hand, shall we? I fucking love Glory. She's so good. She is a good girl. Jaeger turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face. Look, I owe you an apology. I'm listening. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably didn't come out as a surprise, but I took out that anger on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away, and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. There are a few things that I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see the wariness behind her eyes. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. You're a valued member of this team, Jaeger. No! I accept your apology. But if you ever insult me in front of the team again, you're gonna regret it. That's a promise. She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Flatline. I won't question your competence again. Not in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have some concerns about you. To hell with your concerns! What kind of concerns? Basic ones. I don't want to see history repeat itself. What history are you talking about? I'd rather not go into it, fearless leader. Let's just say that I've had bad luck with underexperienced teammates and leave it at that. She turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear.
Okay. I'm gonna go pet the doggo.
It's a doggo.
Pet.
Bork, bork. Bjork, 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 bjork. So I'm also gonna throw away this predator because I obviously have a second one for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I just do. For, again, some fucking reason. So, you know, that was fun. And now I'm lightheaded because I read a lot.
Good, yep.